So I'm the Next Level Creators Mindset Coach, and that means that I help our creators become the best version of themselves possible. And that can be helping them get over limiting beliefs that hold them back from success. It can be developing a better work-life balance. Um, there's this kind of idea that we have that you don't have business problems, you have personal problems that reflect in your business. So I like to take a personal approach to helping our clients deal with their business and help them get the success that they want. So I have a degree in psychology. I went to the University of Maine. But even back in college, I was unsure whether I was going to go into therapy or grad school or where I was going to go with all of that. But ultimately, I knew I just wanted to help people with their inner world and their inner experience because that reflects into your outer experience. But I got detoured a little bit. I went to massage school, and that opened up an entire world of holistic health and understanding energy and how we're connected with everything around us. And ultimately, I realized that it wasn't therapy that I was interested in. It was this thing called mindset, which has really become kind of a trendy thing now. And it's the positive mindset that can really just change your entire life. If you change the way you think about yourself and your environment, you can completely change your outer experience. So as a mindset coach, everything I do revolves around getting people better results. And for that, I hold 2 Q&A calls a week, which are each 2 hours long. And in those calls, people can come and ask any questions they have, or sometimes we just open up a topic of conversation around struggles that other people may be experiencing. And really, it's just a place where people can come and talk about kind of the emotional side of business and the personal side of things rather than the tech side. Oh boy, there's so many, and it can come from so many different places. I've helped people get over their shyness and how to become more outgoing so they can get on sales calls. Speaking of sales calls, a lot of people think that they need to be salesy in order to own a business, which isn't true at all. So we talk about how you can be more authentic and get sales and not have to come across as sleazy. And also we talk about the concept of identity and how a lot of our filmmakers, they identify as these amazingly creative individuals, and to come into a program that talks about Facebook advertising and how to run a business, they have this conflict of identity, and that honestly stops so many people from achieving their creative freedom that they're looking for. And the truth is, being good at business doesn't mean you have to wear a suit and tie every day and climb the corporate ladder. What it's doing is giving you the opportunity to systemize your business and automate these things that you don't want to do anymore, so that you do get your creative freedom back, and so that you have time to pursue these passion projects that you want to do. And so it's about reframing your situation and looking at things from a different angle that you haven't seen before, because you have these blinders on and you think that, I'm a creative and I need creative space, but I don't have time to run a business. Well, great. We'll teach you how to run the business stuff so you don't have to think about it anymore. So you do have space to be creative and do the things that you want to do. So those are a lot of the things that come up in our calls, and that on top of the basics of what to eat so you have more energy, and how to structure your day so you're being more effective with your time, and how to have an abundant mindset when you have $0 in your bank account. It's how to meditate. There's so many things that can come up, and that's what keeps it exciting in our calls, that we never really know what people are going to come up with. But anytime somebody has a problem, there's always people that are saying, wow, it's like you're reading my mind. And it's like you know exactly what I'm dealing with. And that's kind of the cool thing about these Q&A calls, is because it's a community experience, you get to connect with other people in the group that are around the world, and you can relate to each other on a deeper level, that you know that they're experiencing these problems that you're also experiencing. So that's another added benefit from it. So I think the first step to overcoming any limiting belief is becoming aware that it exists. And in order to do that, it's really helpful to have a coach who can reflect back to you what those beliefs are. I think a lot of times we can almost be blocked by our own ego and our own perceptions. But when you have a supportive person there listening to you and reflecting back to you what you're saying, those beliefs become apparent. And when you're a parent of them, you can start to change them. So awareness and becoming conscious of your thoughts is definitely the first step in overcoming those limiting beliefs. I think once you become aware of those beliefs, then you stop running on autopilot, and you can sort of insert the beliefs that you want to have and take action as if you are that person that you want to become. So it's really a feedback loop of changing your beliefs, then taking action, and then receiving feedback on that action. And it's really just this cycle of constantly trying to overcome your current situation and become the person that you're trying to be, starting with your beliefs and then taking actions on those beliefs. So definitely the biggest transformation I've seen has been within Paul himself. And of course, he's my husband, so I spend a lot of time with him. And anytime he needs to work through a problem, either in the business or in his personal life, he comes to me and I act as a sounding board and reflect back to him the highest version of himself possible. And I always hold him to this highest standard. So even though he may be feeling like he's in a lower state and doesn't really feel great about his current situation, when he talks to me, I reflect back to him a fully capable, super empowered person, and he immediately flips into this person that he needs to become. And I really take that mentality into my conversations with my clients as well. On our Q&A calls, even though there might be 15 people on the call, when I'm on a conversation with somebody, I'm there and I'm holding them as completely capable. And they know that when they're talking to me, I believe in them 100%, and I hold them to this highest version of themselves, the character that they want to become, and they are able to see themselves differently because I reflect back to them a different version of themselves. So beyond just the fact that it gives me an opportunity to really connect with our community on a personal basis, which is really important to me, not just seeing our community as just a bunch of people, but to really know people on an individual level. That's really important to me. But also the bigger picture is the ripple effect that I think coaching has on the world, and how just by helping one person with one problem, they then can be a better father to their family. And then that family can be a better member of community, and then that community grows, and there's a ripple effect that happens when you help one person overcome a struggle in their life. And I think that's the most amazing part about coaching, and how me over here in New Hampshire, I can help somebody in Australia that really just connects the entire world and raises the entire vibration of the world. Well, with all the change that's going on and the prevalence of technology and the internet and the speed of everything that's changing, it's not enough to just be a great filmmaker anymore. And you have to know the business side of things and how to keep your content relevant and how to provide the most massive value to your clients. So that's really what we're teaching at the Next Level Creators program. And over the next 10, 20 years, we're we're going to be expanding in this space and really giving filmmakers and creative entrepreneurs a place where they can grow into the creative entrepreneur that they need to be in order to reach the success that they want. So it's more than just shooting great videos. You have to know the business side of things, and at Next Level Creators, we help you combine both of them. The most interesting thing I've learned is how to push myself beyond what I thought I was capable of doing. And anyone who knows Paul knows that he likes to sort of nudge people off the diving board before they're completely ready to do so, and completely trust that you're going to figure out how to swim before you hit the water. So that mentality has carried us through our Next Level Creators program, and that's the mentality we like to bring to our clients, is that you're never going to feel completely ready to do anything. You have to figure it out as you go, and you have to take massive action that will give you the feedback that you need in order to course correct and move forward. So really, to answer your question, I think it's just that I've learned to be okay with not knowing how to do something and trust myself that I'm going to figure it out as I go.